All right, folks. Are you eating properly? Well, chances are you're not, because you're a fucking idiot. Did you know that only 8% of Americans get enough fiber? Actually, just kidding. I think it's 5%. Let me look up the statistic real quick before I get into the main article. Yeah, it's 5% of Americans. 5%. Are you in the 5% that knows how to fucking feed themselves? I know this is the world that we live in, right? And I get it. You know, lack of education. People are products of their environment. I get it. Okay. This is the world that we live in, right? I'm going to review this article here. The world we live in is where 95% of American adults literally don't know how to eat. Like, did your parents not teach you anything? Apparently. And I get it. You know, my parents didn't teach me anything about food. They raised me to be a fucking unhealthy gremlin, and I had to research all of this on my own. I had to read books on my own. They didn't teach me in school. So I understand. But did you know 95% of Americans literally cannot and don't know how to feed themselves? This should be a bigger problem. Do you see Congress talking about this? No. Do you see the president talking about this? No. Do you see podcasters besides me talk about this? Can you give me one other podcaster that talks about this? Does anyone know? Can anyone find anyone out there in the news media that has ever mentioned the fact that 95% of Americans don't know how to feed themselves? Because to me, that seems like that's a shock headline. That's like statistic of the millennium. 95% of people in the United States of America are so goddamn stupid that they literally don't know how to feed themselves. Like, and this is my angle right now. Sometimes I waver between doing the, like, you know, it's a problem on society, which it is. It is a problem on society. Our education system is garbage, right? Everything about that is garbage. But, I mean, there is some personal responsibility involved. Well, 95% of Americans don't know how to eat. Do you think they ever, like, take a break when they're eating their fucking garbage TV dinners and go like, maybe I should learn how to feed myself? Do you think, and 95% of Americans are not Southern morons, so I apologize for using that accent. It's actually a lot. Oi, I wonder if I should learn how to feed myself. Like, I mean, there's all kinds of accents we could do because it's 95%, motherfucker. Gee golly willikers, I wish I knew how to fucking feed myself. But anyway, so let's read this article. This is apparently a shocker. Men fart more when eating a plant-based diet due to good gut bacteria. You don't fucking say. This is alright, let's just read. Plant-based diets cause men to fart more and have larger stools. I don't know why it specifies men. I mean, I think that that's universal, but researchers have found, but that seems to be a good thing because it means these foods are promoting healthy gut bacteria. Anecdotally, it is well known that eating more plants, including fruit, vegetables, grains, and legumes, creates bulkier stools and increased flatulence. However, few studies have measured these changes or related them to changes in gut bacteria. Claudia Barber at the Liver and Digestive Diseases Networking Biomedical Research Centre in Barcelona, Spain, and her colleagues compared the effects of a Mediterranean-style diet, mostly comprised of plants, with a Western-style diet containing fewer fruits and vegetables on the guts of 18 healthy men aged between 18 and 38. Each participant was randomly assigned to follow one of the diets for 2 weeks. Then, after a break, they switched to the other diet for 2 weeks. The men did a similar number of poos per day on the two diets, but each one was about double the size when they were on the plant diet. Whoa! The men collected and weighed their own stools using digital scales and found they produced about 200 grams per day on the plant diet compared with 100 grams on the Western diet. Whoa, folks! I mean, okay. This is because eating plants promotes certain types of bacteria in our guts that make food for themselves by fermenting plant fiber, says Rosemary Stanton at the University of New South Wales in Sydney, Australia. The added stool weight is made up of the spent bodies of these extra bacteria plus water and a small amount of undigested plant fiber, she says. Some of the specific fibry fermenting bacteria that become more abundant in the men's guts while they were on the plant-based diet include that stuff and that other stuff. An analysis of their waste showed. The participants logged how many times they farted per day using a handheld counter. I can't imagine having a handheld counter. Like, it's just like, all right, click. But anyway. And found they farted 7 times more per day on average while they were on the plant-based diet. When they were on the Western diet, each fart contained about 50% more gas. I'm sorry, man, but I can't. As revealed when the I can't. Imagine, I literally, okay. Folks, I'm sorry. I'm losing it. All right. I'm losing it. As revealed when the researchers gave the men a test meal of stewed beans and measured subsequent gas production using balloons. I can't. Balloons. I mean, imagine. Like, I'm just imagining, right? They're in, like, the white lab room, and they eat stewed beans, and then it's like, you know, they give them, like, a solid 10 minutes of digestion. And then they I was like, all right, roll over. And then they attach a balloon. How do they attach it? Like, that's what I'm saying. Fitted to the men's rectums. How is it attached? And is it like a fucking, like, underwear piece that has elastic? And then there's... How is the attachment? I really want to know that part of this experiment. But anyway. Eating plants promotes farting because most gas is odorless hydrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide that is produced by gut bacteria when they ferment plant fiber, says Stanton. The smell of farts comes from traces of hydrogen sulfide gas, which is a byproduct of protein digestion. Fiber fermenting bacteria are known as good bacteria because they release short-chain fatty acids. These chemicals keep the large intestine healthy and protect against bowel cancer. Short-chain fatty acids also can be absorbed into the bloodstream, where they protect against heart disease and diabetes by lowering cholesterol and regulating blood sugar. Do you know why 40 to 50% of Americans are pre-diabetic and 95% of Americans don't know how to eat properly? It's because their bodies are literally not used to it. This is like one of the first times in human history where the human body has ever had to deal with this shit. There are like generations of gut bacteria that are going like, whoa, what is going on here? Why is like, you know, my fucking ancestors were just chilling on the plant fibers. All of a sudden there's no more left. They're just chilling in there. They don't know what's going on. Whew. The findings suggest that flatulence associated with eating more plants should be welcomed, says Stanton. Our Western idea that farting is a sign of something being wrong is totally false. She says in most cases, farting is a sign of a healthy diet and a healthy colon. You know, there's some motherfuckers out there that think farting is icky, it's gross. I'm sorry, I am pro-fart. I'm going to be announcing this on this podcast. If you are farting a lot, it's because you're eating healthy. It's just facts. I mean, like, if you are so afraid of farting in public that you're willing to literally cause yourself to die 20 to 30 years sooner because you're going to have heart disease or intestinal cancer, I'm sorry, you're a fucking dumbass. And we really have to understand here, 95% of Americans, and I'm sure the global, you know, like the Western statistics versus like global South statistics are going to have a large disparity. But 95% of Americans are so goddamn uneducated and stupid, they literally don't know how to feed themselves. So next time you see one of these, you know, like smug liberals that talked about anti-vaxxers. Now, again, I'm pro-vaccine. I believe in a vaccine mandate, right? But next time these dirty Republicans don't know what's good for them. They don't believe in science. Ask that person, hey, what did you have for breakfast this morning? What did you have for dinner every day for the last 14 days? And we'll see who starts believing in science. I'm just saying. The same people, oh, the climate's changing. Oh, golly gee, what do we do? Apparently, I mean, the climate's changing, but you're not even going to eat properly? I don't... Oh, no! I'm just serious. Like, there needs to be some personal responsibility. And these motherfuckers are dumb as hell. Like, 95% of Americans are dumb as hell. And this study proves it. So, bada boom, folks.